Hello, everyone. Welcome to another show of Living Authentically with me, Terri, of course. I'm so excited to be with you this evening and to share a message with you from our lovely guest, Ashley, who has overcome so much in her life and really just proved resilience through everything that got in her way. And she's totally transformed her life. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Ashley along. Hi, Ashley. Oh, you're just on mute. You'll have to just unmute.
I am so sorry. Hi.
That's okay. How are you today? And thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing good. Today was a good day.
That's fantastic. So what made it such a good day?
Well, it is a beautiful day out here in the United States of America. In Pennsylvania, I live. It's like 75 degrees out right now. And then I went to the park with my son. He's only 10 months old. And he had met a bunch of friends and he had a ball.
Oh, that's amazing. What a good way to spend a Thursday. Just chilling out with your son and being a mom.
Yeah.
Amazing. So Ashley, let's get straight into it. There's a reason you reached out to us. There's a reason you want to be on this show. Tell us about your story. Tell us about what's brought you to this point in your life.
Okay. So on March 6th of 2014, I was driving home from work and I worked like 45 minutes away from my house and it was dark. It was like 9 p.m. and I was driving and I had snowed a couple of days prior and there may have been black ice on the road and I spun out and I slammed into a tree. Thankfully, I was following my friend home from work, and he saw my headlights go off the road, and he called 911 right away. And the firefighters arrived to the scene first, and they had to use jaws of life to get me out of the car alive. Then I was rushed. Sorry, I'm talking so fast. I was rushed to the closest hospital where I was put on immediate death watch for the first 24 hours. They didn't think I was gonna make it. But thankfully, I'm here. I made it.
Yeah. Thank goodness you made it. Oh my gosh. And that's just so,
That's just the start of it.
That's so intense though. What do you mean that's just the start of it? So how is that the start? Tell us more.
Okay, so I was driving. I got taken to the local hospital, which was where I was put on immediate death watch, and I made it the first 24 hours. I said, and I suffered a traumatic brain injury. I was in a coma for 3 weeks, in ICU for 1 month, and then I got transferred to rehab where I was there for 5 months doing intensive inpatient rehab. Then I got released to outpatient rehab where I did like a lot of outpatient therapy. I maxed it out, and then I mean you probably don't understand because you're in the UK.
And I'm not originally even from the UK, so it's probably different, where I'm from in South Africa as well.
Oh, you're in South Africa?
I'm in the UK, but I'm from South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let me tell my whole story first. And then I'll explain like the whole scenario of maxing out the insurance. So I did outpatient rehab, and then I was in my senior year of high school when the accident happened, and I had to finish like 2 more credits to graduate with my class, but I didn't complete it because my accident happened in March. So I had to, straight out of the hospital, I knew from the onset that I wanted to graduate. So I got homeschooled to complete my two credits. Then I completed my two credits and I walked across the stage with nothing. Like I'm telling you, um, doing that, like walking is such like it's something so small that you don't think about. But when it happens to you, like you can't walk for a while and then you learn how to walk again,
Yeah.
but very, very slow. At first, it's like incredible. I walked across the stage with nothing. Then I graduated high school. Then I moved to Pennsylvania where I met my husband and we had a beautiful child and we're happily married and it's just a fairy tale story.
It really is. That is just phenomenal. So, like, from not being able to walk, having to learn how to walk again, graduating, meeting the love of your life.
Hold on, I'm sorry, my
No,
dog.
that's okay. That's all right.
Okay, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
That's okay. So, what a journey, what kept you going, Ashley, that whole time? You're not able to walk. You don't even know if you're going to be able to graduate. In that moment, what actually kept you going?
I like, from what I remember, when I got out of the coma, two options came to my head. Either you could give up and let the car accident define you and let it ruin your life, or you can fight with everything we gotta have and make the most of it. And I chose to do option number two.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. And look at you now, like thriving. You've got a child. Hello, cutie. Hi.
Sorry, I was chasing him.
That's okay. That's okay. As I said to you, like being a mom comes first. I totally get it. Totally get it. Oh no, I think we've lost connection.
By
There we go.
no, my screen locked.
Ah, I think most kids today just love screens, actually. People
Yeah,
live with them.
I have the TV on for him right now, but yeah,
Amazing, amazing. So Ashley, has this become your passion now, is to share your story and to help other people?
yes, it has. I, it was, well, it is my passion to do that, but I kind of have more priorities right now because I have a baby and everything, so that's not a priority right now. But I would love to share my story to help other people recover and know that anything is possible as long
Yeah.
as you put your mind to it.
Absolutely. I think that is so important for anybody that's overcome something like that, to really be able to share their message. So, in what ways do you hope to inspire and to encourage people, Ashley?
I I see. I don't know that yet. I mean,
Yeah.
I do. I like anybody that's going through a hard time, no matter what it is. Like it can be similar to my story, and or it cannot be similar at the same time. And I just like want to show positivity and show that just as long as you set your mind to something, anything is possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so how do you ensure that you keep going? You of course you learned how to walk again, but like to still rebuild your life. How did you do that? And what advice could you give to anybody that's in that situation where they just feel like they're at that crossroad, right? So either
Yeah,
I can give up or I can keep fighting.
yeah. Um, I, I, I I believe in God and everything, so that is like what keeps me going and everything. And when I was in my coma, I believe God, not God, but people, my family members, like dead ancestors, came to me and told me, "By with everything you have, Ashley, you're gonna do something. You're gonna be great. You're gonna overcome this." So that is really what makes me push as hard as I can. because of that, and knowing that I have a son now and I have to keep going.
Yeah,
I
absolutely. And I'm a firm believer in that, our hardships is what makes us and what allows us to help other people. You
Yeah.
know, there's a reason we go through these things, even though it's not nice at the time and we don't understand it. There's definitely a reason and a purpose
Yeah.
afterwards, you know?
At the time while it was happening, of course I had like some hard days where I didn't want to get out of bed, or well, I couldn't actually get out of bed, and I just felt like giving up and everything. But I just had the strong willpower inside of me to not give up. Don't let anything deteriorate you or turn you from your purpose in life to be a mother. At that time I wasn't a mom yet, so I always wanted to be a mom, so and I always wanted to get married, and I always just want to change the world and make everybody see that there's good in every bad.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you change your mindset around the accident and not allow that to keep you back? I mean, it's hard to go through something like that and still put yourself out there, to find the confidence to, fall in love, to create a life. So what did you do for your own mind in that sense?
I just I honestly can't tell you, but I know because I don't really know, but I know what I did was just constantly pray and remind myself that it will get better each day. Like, look how far you've come. Like, I was, I was basically nah, not like not that I was non-responsive, but I was in a coma, so I couldn't do anything for 3 weeks. I didn't have any like recollection of ever driving, so I was so confused when I first woke up,
Sure.
and it was very overwhelming. And I just had my family surrounding me, and they were like my rock, and and uh and and they're like my rock, and I just kept pushing forward because I always knew like don't give up. That never was the type of person I was. I always was a fighter.
Oh, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. There needs to be that fight in us. So what is your life like now, Ashley? Obviously, being a mom is the most important thing to you. Do you ever feel like that accident has set you back in any way?
Uh, uh, in the as I was about to say in the beginning, I mean it like I was definitely hesitant about becoming a mother, and I was hesitant about a lot of things. Hold on, I need to close the gate. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was
You do what
hesitant
you need
on
to
a
do.
lot of things, like getting out there. I was I was afraid that not like people would judge me and not understand like what I went through and how much strength it and not understand like how much strength it took and how I'm very how I put myself in a very vulnerable position, like
Mhm.
not wanting to be in a vulnerable position, and I just pushed it forward. I don't know. I just knew
Amazing.
that every day it'll get better and it'll get easier. And then I met my wonderful husband, and then the rest is history.
Yeah. It's amazing how just finding that person can also just put everything into place for you.
Yes.
Yeah. And so let's talk about the mental health around it. Have you had to go through any sort of counseling, or do you feel like you've suffered, in terms of your mental health since then? Like, what message could you share with our viewers that are all about their mental health?
Mental health is very important, and like uh in like when I first started recovering from the accident, I was very depressed because my whole life got turned upside down, and but I didn't let that um stop me. But I like there was one point like I knew like I was having like bad thoughts in my head, and I was just like I need to go see someone. So I spoke to a therapist like one or two times, and then the whole like the reminder of like the stuff in my and the coma that happened to me, it just is what pushed me forward.
It's amazing. Do you ever find it difficult to kind of relive that story? Like sometimes when I talk to people, or even through my own experiences, going through counseling and having to kind of rehash that memory and bring that up again, that can be traumatizing in itself.
It would be if I remember the actual thing that happened, but I don't. Due to the traumatic brain injury, I think that my brain like sort of like blocks that out or doesn't remember it. But I remember like bits and pieces of it. So what I believe, like I remember like the car, like seeing trees and my car spinning out, but I don't have any recollection of driving, having that car at all. Like I don't know. It's crazy what the mind can do.
Absolutely. And I think, that happens with any kind of traumatic experience that we have, is the mind just blocks it out. Kind of like a defense mechanism to protect us. And I guess it's because, our conscious brain kind of switches off and we go into the back part of our brain here, which is the fight or flight.
Yeah.
So that memory switches off. Do you remember any parts of being in a coma?
Yeah, I
People say they could hear it like a dream almost.
Yes, I remember it feeling like a dream, a never ending dream where I just continuously like never woke up. And I remember like seeing people that have passed away like come to me and tell me like that you're gonna have to fight. This is gonna be a journey, Ashley. You're gonna have to give it everything you got. But I also remember waking up and not knowing whether I was dead or alive because of that constant dream feeling that I was having. Like it took me a while to realize like this is reality. Like
That's so crazy and scary at the same time. I guess that's why you felt so overwhelmed when you woke up. It's like I mean, you can never really understand it's like dreaming for 3 weeks.
yeah.
Wow. I just find it so incredible though that you had like those people come to you with a message, and I think that's so amazing. Like, Ashley, you've got this, keep fighting,
Yeah.
like give you that strength. Do you think that those were the voices of the people around you?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Do I think that I remember like hearing people talking to me, and if that's what you're asking, like yeah, I do remember that, but I specifically remember like my nana who had passed away, like coming to me and telling me like you're gonna have to fight. But then I also like while I was in the coma, you want to hear a funny story? Well, okay, it's not funny, but I mean it's funny, but the situation isn't funny. While I was in a coma, like there was a nurse that I did not like at all, right? And they were trying to say that I was unresponsive, like the things that I was doing weren't responsive, right? And so my dad, like they were asking me, "Oh, Ashley, raise your hand if you can hear me. Do this, do that." And my dad asked me like, and they were saying, "Oh, I'm responsive, I'm responsive, I'm responsive." So my dad asked me, "Ashley, if if you can hear me and you know what's going on, flip the doctor off, like give him the finger." And I did it right away.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, that I know like the situation, like you said, is not great, but like wow, that you could do that. I find that amazing. That's that like fight in you, right, Ashley? You like stuff these guys. I'm fine. Dad, you're right.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, what a journey and what an experience, you know. Have
Mm.
you met anybody else that has gone through a similar thing or, um, you know, has really been inspired by your story?
Oh, a whole. Well, I don't want to sound a like a uh like I'm like famous or something, but a whole bunch of people have been inspired by my story, and I've met a whole bunch of people with similar stories but different.
Yeah.
I'm a certified peer support specialist, so I deal with people who suffer with anxiety and depression on like a daily basis. So like I've met a whole bunch of people. Well,
Amazing. And of course, you know, people will be inspired by that story and work with you. So, oh, he needs his mommy.
sorry.
Don't
Let
be
me
sorry.
take-
It's really okay. I totally get it. So Ashley, you work with people that suffer with things like anxiety. So, oh, so what kind of work do you do with those people that suffer with anxiety?
I just I hold on. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Whoa. I help them practice coping skills and learn coping skills and like try to get them into a routine and stuff because when you suffer from anxiety or depression, like everything can seem overwhelming and everything. So if you have a set schedule, and know what you're doing throughout the day, it alleviates that pressure. So that's one of the coping skills that I do, what I teach.
Amazing. And I think, you know, that is such a big factor is having that routine and schedule, kind of knowing what to expect each part of the day is very helpful. And
Yeah.
has this become your line of work and your passion because of your own experience with anxiety and trauma and
Yes.
depression?
You can only be a certified peer support specialist if you have lived experience. So it has been my life's purpose to share my story and
Yeah.
make others know that uh like no matter what you're going through, you can overcome it.
Absolutely. I'm a firm believer of that, you know. Um, and I guess that's why we do what we do is just to remind people that there is no reason to give up. No matter how hard it's been, we can find a way. And you spoke about your support structure, you know, Ashley. So how important do you think having that support structure is?
I think it's like crucial. Because like if I didn't have the support that I had, I don't think I would be as far as I am today.
Hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that's another part of sharing this story and message is to remind people that they're actually not alone, that there
Yes.
are some of us that will put up our hand and be that support structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Amazing.
also I forgot to say, I have two tattoos, both related to the car accident. I have "What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger" on my ribcage, and then across my back, I have "With every heartbeat." So, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger with every heartbeat.
Oh, amazing. I absolutely love that. And that's like a permanent reminder for you that, you know,
Yes.
you can achieve absolutely anything.
Yes.
Amazing. So Adam is saying hi. He's watching us on
Hi,
YouTube. Hi,
Adam.
Adam. Amazing. So one thing that we talk about a lot on the show, or you know, that Adam normally brings up, is mental health in terms of that support and awareness for men. You know, do you work specifically with women, or do you work with both men and women?
I work with both men and women.
Amazing. And do you find that there's a difference, you know, in terms of mental health
Definitely.
awareness?
Definitely.
So what is the difference that you've witnessed?
Women are more in tune with their emotions and like able to express their feelings. In my experience, women are more like able to say what's on their mind and like actually go through the motions like and verbalize it. Men are more keep to themselves and like, oh, think that, oh, they, well, I don't know, like they can do it on themselves because in society there's stigmas that are put on both men and women. Like men are supposed, and the stigma in the United States is men are supposed to go out, support their family, work, do all this stuff, and then women are just supposed to stay home and do, do the laundry and wash the dishes and cook the food. But yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. Totally. And I suppose that's just the way that we're conditioned and
Yeah.
raised, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. So, Ashley, is there anything specific that you want to share with our viewers? Obviously, whoever catches us on a replay, please do give us a hashtag replay. I know that you're busy with your son, so I'm just conscious of the time that we spend online. But is there anything you want to share specifically or a message you want to leave us with?
The message I want to leave you with is what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger with every heartbeat. Because that relates to my situation, and I feel like I can relate to a lot of situations. And
Amazing.
you got this. Don't
Oh,
let anybody tell you that you can't do something or that you're unresponsive. Because if they do try to tell you you're unresponsive, flip them off the finger.
I just love that. I love that so much. I feel like that should be on a t-shirt for all that say I'm unresponsive. Amazing. Ashley, thank you. Thank you for your inspiration and thank you for, just being a voice for so many that possibly need it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. Now, go be with your son and we will be in touch soon.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day. Bye
You
bye.
too. Bye.